So I want to talk about 2 Vegas hacks that I just learned. They blew my mind. The first one I learned over at the Flamingo. The bell guy told me about it. I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. And I just learned another one at Mandalay Bay. Some random guy walked in the elevator, all chipper in the morning, just happy. One of those guys who's just happy in the morning. I tend to think of myself as a pretty happy, proactive, content person, but not in the morning, right? And plus, I don't even get coffee anymore. So definitely, I'm not making conversation in the morning. But he walked in the elevator and he told me this, and I'm like, wow. And then I confirmed it with the bell guy who walked me out of Mandalay Bay when I was checking out and checking in here. And the bell guy's like, yeah, it works. So let me get to the one I learned at the Flamingo. I was checking into Flamingo, and there are a lot of bell guys who are hustlers, right? I mean that in the best way possible. Not trying to be charlatans and try to get money out of you. They're trying to work hard to get a tip. And this guy was one of them. He's like, hey, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Here's what you do, da-da-da-da-da. And one of the things you guys ask me about the most in my room tours, or one of the comments I see the most, is the mini fridge. Like, I swear I could be at the Wynn or Encore and you guys would ask about the mini fridge. Like, I swear that's one of the most talked about and requested things because it's of such importance. People like to store their adult beverages or beverages in general. They like to buy leftovers. They like to stock up on food. And I can't tell you on this trip the amount of people I saw with coolers. Coolers galore. Because if you can't get a mini fridge, then obviously you're going to put stuff in your cooler. But I have a way to get a mini fridge in your room for free. Now, this absolutely works at Caesars properties. And I would be shocked if it didn't work at MGM properties as well. It seems like it's something that hotels have to do to like legally accommodate you, legally. So I'll get into it. Here we go. So a way to get a free mini fridge in your room, and this is coming right from the guy at the Flamingo, is he says, call down to the front desk and request a mini fridge and tell them you need it for your medication. And he continues to say this verbatim. He says, they never check. They never ask for any type of proof. Just call down there and ask for a mini refrigerator and tell them you need it for medical purposes or pharmaceutical purposes. And he's like, they will bring one right up. That's huge, right? Now, I'm not that huge of a mini fridge champion like you guys are, like a lot of you are. I mean, yes, of course, I'd like to store a water or two or a leftover or two, but I rarely stock up the whole mini fridge. But if you are looking to get a free mini fridge in your room, call down to the front desk, tell them you need it for medical purposes. I mean, if I were you, I would say what? Like insulin or who knows, right? Just make up something and yeah, get one up in your room. So I thought that was huge. So there's number one. Number two, I'm at Mandalay Bay and the guy walks into the elevator and he says, and we're on floor number 20 something and we have a way down. And he says, if you hold the casino lobby button, right? You know, when you walk in the elevator, you just push the casino floor button to bring you all the way down. He's like, if you hold it, it will bypass all the floors that are calling the elevator and get straight down. And he's like, it's huge during check-in and check-out time, you know, between like what, 10 and 2, when everyone is trying to get out of the hotel and you can't get an elevator. The elevators are just probably the worst place on earth at that point because it's hard to get one, first of all. And if you do get one, it's stopping at every single floor. And if you have all your luggage in there, it's really nightmarish. He's like, yeah, get in, hold the elevator button till it's all the way down and it won't stop on any of the other floors. I'm like, that seems too good to be true, right? That cannot be right. How have I not heard of this before? So when I'm walking out of Mandalay Bay to check in here, I asked the bell guy, I said, hey, look, I was in the elevator this morning and this guy told me something I thought was kind of off the wall. He says if I get into the elevator and if I hold the lobby casino button, it goes all the way down and it skips all the floors that are calling the elevator. And he goes, yes, that's true. But he says there's one little exception. And the one exception is if someone down below on the casino floor has called the elevator, then it might actually stop at the other floors, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I believe what he says factually. I just don't know why the elevator would be programmed like that. But as long as no one on the lobby floor has called the elevator, and let's say you're on floor 24, and 22 and 20 and 18 and 14 have all called the elevator as well on the way down, as long as no one on the ground floor has called it, you get in the elevator, push the lobby button and hold it all the way down. It's skipping all those. He confirmed it. How amazing is that? That's like one of the coolest things I've ever heard of. I mean, that could easily shave you 5-10 minutes and also give you some breathing space and some living room in those elevators during peak hours. So I thought that was absolutely huge. So those are 2 Vegas hacks that I just learned on this trip, and it just goes to show the learning process is never over. As much time as I've spent in Las Vegas over the years, again, the majority of my time I spent in Las Vegas has not even been on this channel. It's really been over the last years prior to me starting this YouTube channel, but you learn something every day, and the learning process is never over. And when I heard those 2, I'm like, wow, I have to share them with you. So that is it, day number 28. I'm off to one steakhouse tonight. I can't wait for that. I'm off to the Virgin Pool tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm just really trying to have the best time ever on my last hotel stay here. And I think that this Virgin Hotel definitely is a good opportunity to do that. I'll check in tomorrow. I'll see you later.